Hey y'all, welcome back to Mirror Expressions. I apologize for being absent the last couple of days, but if you've seen my previous video, then you know that there's just been a lot of tragedy going on in my city. But so I had to take a couple of mental health days, but I'm back, y'all, and guess what? I can look in the mirror and feel A1, and I'm still hopeful and praying for my city, and that we are going to get through everything that we're experiencing right now. With God on our side, our story is not yet being finished. It's not yet finished. So I got my But God shirt on today because our story continues. There's so much good here despite the things that we've been experiencing lately, and so I cannot ever deny that. And but anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So I've told y'all how I'm feeling. Let me know how you're feeling. Drop a mirror emoji in the chat and just say, hey, Kay. Let me know that you are doing A1 as well. And without further ado, we are going to get into our recap and review. So we're going to be doing Married at First Sight, and then I'm going to turn around and do American Horror Stories. And I got to do some more daily affirmations because I've missed those as well. But anyways, we are season 15, episode 10, a Moody Monthiversary. All right. It's day 27, and as always, we're getting to peek in on all the couples. Right now, it's from their little personal cam, and I just want to say, when we get to Miguel and Lindy, we see Miguel doing what he does best, and that's obviously cooking for his queen. Miguel, can you come on over here? Can you come to the inn for a little bit? Just come to my house. You would be a welcome guest. I will treat you with the utmost respect. Come on over this way. Oh, anyway, Kristen is out making candles. So right now what we're gonna get is like the couples, each person kind of visiting with a friend or a relative, just talking about where they are in their relationship, right? So Kristen, she's out making candles with her friend Zoe, and she says that marriage life is good, but when Zoe asks if it's a good match, Kristen kind of hesitates, and she's just like, then she started getting like little tongue sounds. Like, okay, Kristen, let them know how you really feel, honey. So she says that uh she says that she's feeling conflicted, and brings up how Miss doesn't support her dreams of wanting to flip homes. And she also brings up that her parents, she brings up about her parents and worrying about them approving of her marriage, because, approving how she's being treated in her marriage, I should say. So she gets all emotional when she talks about that. And so she says she's committed to being the best wife she could be, hoping in return that it inspires Mitch to be the best version of himself. So upon just hearing that, I'm just like, Mitch don't deserve that. He don't deserve your best because, he's not giving his best. You know what I'm saying? But the more I just think about that, I've kind of reacted in a similar fashion. And it was because I was wanting positive results, and working with adults, I just didn't feel like I needed to get into a power struggle. And so what I did was, so I teach, right? So, you in a group, you're always going to get some kind of pushback from, you got one or two they're going to kind of give you a pushback. So what I said I was going to do was I was just going to still be committed. I was going to show up. I was going to put forth my all. I was going to continue to go over and beyond. I was going to continue to just did I say sacrifice already? If I did, sacrifice, I was just going to continue to pour into my team, right? And in return, I'm hoping that, although I'm not pointing out all the things that I'm doing, because I don't do them for, say, gratification. I do it because I am committed. But I'm also hoping that my actions are showing that, hey, Kay is committed. She's doing her part. Now let me have some reciprocity and do my part. So I was hoping by them seeing that and noticing that I am pouring into them, that it will bring about a change in them to want to then also step up to the plate. And I will say, I remember this one time I was at a what am I trying to say? Like a I can't remember. But I would say I remember what was said. I was in a training session. I'll just say that. But I remember one of the things that stuck out to me was, the person said, in life we don't always get to choose like who we work with, right? So if we're in a position where you can't change your people, then change your people. So I guess that was that's kind of where I'm coming from, where I refuse to, like I said, get into like that power struggle, but I just continue to show them through my actions that, hey, this is where I'm at, and they're hoping then their actions will in return change. And I will say it has worked. So I can kind of see where Kristen is going with that. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, Krista. I get it. All right. Morgan, she's hanging out with her friend Deborah, right? And she's telling her that Ben is still going to Justin with their issues. And I'm like, girl, let that man have somebody he could go vent to, somebody he can talk to, somebody he can process his feelings with. Like, that's normal. Morgan, oh my gosh, I'm sure you do the same. Like, just like how you're talking to Deborah right now. You know what I'm saying? So let that man have that. You know what I'm saying? And especially y'all are all experiencing this together, meaning like the other couple. So he's going to Justin as somebody he can talk to, but also as somebody that may be experiencing similar things because y'all are in similar situations. Like, oh, Morgan, you doing the most right now. I'm just like, So Alexis told Morgan that all this was happening. She, she just caught herself telling off on Ben. I'm just like, see, you being messy, Alexis. You messy Lex right now. You messy Lex. Because she done told this woman that Ben said that or that he's making her out to be a not so good person. And I'm just like, Alexis wrong for that. She's wrong for that. Just downright wrong. Just wrong. So Morgan's telling Deborah how she confronted Ben about it a couple of days ago. And she says that she thinks he knew what was wrong. But then we get this flashback of them in the apartment from the apartment camp, right? And she's telling Ben that Alexis told me everything. And we see Ben all confused, and he just keep asking her, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I'm just like, Alexis, how did you feel that he knew from his response? Like, I feel like he didn't know. Like, what the heck you were talking about, right? And so I was just like, you know what, not Alexis, but Morgan, she's just too much. Like, I feel like she so be bent on people lying to her. I feel like she lying to her friend, trying to gain sympathy and not really being honest about everything that's going on. But you know, we all know Morgan got a little line problem, so there's that piece. But anyway, so we find out that Morgan, she leaves the shared apartment, and then when she leaves, Mexi Lex calls her and tells her that, hey, Ben is over here. So Morgan then FaceTimes Ben. And she starts immediately going off on him. So Morgan tells Deborah that instead of Ben trying to figure things out with her, he went immediately to Alexis and Justin's apartment. And I'm like, but Morgan, you wouldn't even talk to him. You wouldn't even give him a chance to figure out things. You start yelling at him. You wouldn't let him get a word in, and then you ran out the apartment. Like, make it make sense, girl. Like, make it make sense. He wouldn't work things out with you, but girl, stop. So, so she FaceTimes him. And Ben's like, well, you said Alexis told you everything, so I wanted to talk to Alexis about that and see what was said. And I'm like, well, you know, that makes sense to me, you know. Go straight to the source. Unlike what Morgan didn't do. She decides to just run with whatever was told to her and clearly go off versus coming to Ben and trying to figure out, well, what was said, did this really happen, X, Y, Z, you know. But hey, that's Morgan. So she goes on to tell Deborah that she's never been that angry before or yelled like that before. I call BS, Morgan. You've been like that before. You have. Honey, cause she was just dropping them F-bombs left and right. Ben couldn't get a word in. And Deborah was showing Morgan just too much sympathy in this moment. Like I said, I think that's what Morgan was fishing for. She was fishing for that sympathy. And Deborah was giving it to her when, as her friend, she should have been telling her but the truth. Like, Morgan, you did not handle this situation right. You could have handled it in a different way. But hey, we see what kind of friend she is. So day 28, and Justin, he's out fishing with his brother, and Alexis is hanging with her friend Jackie. Right? So Messy Lex, she says she feels like she's on an emotional roller coaster with Justin, and that is just draining her. She says that Justin, he doesn't know how to self-regulate, and that she has to do it for him. I'm laughing, y'all. Y'all. I'm laughing because, baby, the amount of times Alexis said this word in this episode, self-regulate. Baby, if I had a drink every time she said it, I would be drunk as a skunk right now. So anyway, she said she has to self-regulate for him, right? So Jackie asked, if decision day was tomorrow, what would your answer be? Alexis says she doesn't know. She wouldn't be okay with either a yes or no. So Justin over there with his brother is telling his brother that he's realized that he has random outbursts and that nobody has ever called him out on it before. So now he's like, he stays in his head. And that just makes him mess up even more because now he's overthinking things and trying to control these outbursts. Over with Stasha, she's baking cookies with her mom. And her mom tells her that she, meaning Stasha, likes to pick at the same scab over and over versus moving on and letting that scab heal. So what she's talking about is her hounding Nate about his feelings for her, like him falling in love with her. And Stasha says she struggles with trust because she's been let down too often, and she feels that trust is earned and not given. And so in her confessional, her mom is saying that she feels like she's partly to blame why Stasha is like that because of an unhealthy relationship that Stasha witnessed her in. And she wants Stasha to be more of an I would trust you until you give me a reason not to type of person. It's day 30 now. We're seeing the couples waking up on their personal cams again. Insert, y'all. So why does Justin have these little bit of balls of deodorant just all playing peekaboo through his underarm hair? Y'all, it looks so nasty. I mean, I don't know. This just stood out to me when I saw him in Lex. I was just like, oh, but you know what? Just at least we know you taking care of your personal hygiene, unlike other people that could be a little questionable about each bag. I'm just saying. So, oh, so the only couple we don't see waking up together is Ben and Morgan. Morgan, we do see her doing a cam, but she's solo. And so she's just still mad, and she says she doesn't want to see him and that she's not interested in hearing what he has to say. Right. So Kristen and Mitch, they're about to go away for the weekend to celebrate their 1-month anniversary. And Stasha has agreed to watch Lula. Is it Lulu or Lula? Luna. That's it, Luna. And so Stasha agreed to watch her because she knows that Nate wants a dog and she thinks this will be good practice, right? So when Kristen starts running down the lowdown on how to take care of Luna, including picking up her poop and cleaning through that wrinkle, baby, Stasha's face was just like, I think I overestimated how easy this was gonna be. Stasha was like, I really have changed my mind at this point. But she went out and took them. Because Kristen was like, we need to go ahead and leave. So they leave and they arrive at, we find out they went to the quiet mind retreat, right? And Kristen was just basically like, she was really welcoming this because she didn't really want them to have to talk about heavy issues that they've been dealing with, or, that's been the feelings that they've been experiencing. She just wanted something kind of light and fun for them. So they start off with some yoga, and y'all, Mitch is in there just making all kinds of noises, y'all. Excuse me. He moaning and groaning and grunting and hissing, and y'all can tell Kristen was straight embarrassed. Like, she just had this little nervous giggle, and she kept looking at him like like she probably really wanted to tell him to stop. But anyway, I was too tickled with this scene. So they seem to enjoy themselves there or whatever. So Lindy and Miguel, they take a boat ride, and they both agree that it doesn't feel like it's just been 1 month. They said it feels like it's been longer since they've known each other. Miguel mentions that he read somewhere that you can get along with anyone as long as there is reliability and predictability. And he says that she's consistently inconsistent. And that's reliable. I guess predictable in the sense that, she's going to be inconsistent. But, hey, if it works for you, it works for you, honey. It sounds like a lot of double talking to me. So anyways, he says the unknown is scary, which it can be, but that he's made peace with that. And then he says, I have seen you at your worst. And she said, no, you haven't. Now, Lindy, I could have sworn that we all have said you at your worst. But this is like the second or third time that you have said, no, you haven't. So if we have not seen you at your worst, then I hate to see what your worst is. Because, baby, we have seen enough. Okay? I'm going to need you to control some of that then, if that is not your worst. Over with Stasha and Nate, we see them going to see an attorney for a post-nut. And Po Luna, she just standing at the door, y'all. I think she's missing Kristen. So over at the attorney's office, Stasha is telling the attorney that as of right now, they've agreed to keep their money separate, but in the future, that they will join, well, have at least one joint bank account. And so Stasha asks, well, hypothetically, if there's $1 million in there, and one person's putting 90% and one person's putting 10%, and there's a divorce, how is that money split? I think everybody should get what they put in. And she asked Nate, does he agree with that? And he's just like, yeah, I feel like that everybody should take out proportionally what was put in, right? So I think he's just trying to show her and prove to her that he's there for the right reason and not there for the money or what she can bring to him. So they start receiving their 1 month celebration basket. You know how they do every season, has their picture, their wedding photos. Usually it's like a video in there too, their vows, you know, all that jazz. So Mitch and Kristen, they're up first, right? And Mitch is looking through the pics, and he says that it made him feel appreciative of where they are now. And Kristen rereads her vows, Mitch reads his, and then they agree that she's holding true to her vows. And Mitch says that it means even more to him now that he actually knows her. And then he admits that he could do better living up to his vows. But that ultimately they both said that they have no regrets, right? So Lindy and Miguel, they're just chilling on the couch, I think, at their house. And so she says she's been having less anxiety since she's been with him. And she points out her not biting her fingernails anymore. I'm just like, girl, please. So they go through their basket. And they're looking at the picture book. And it's like every other picture, Lindy is pointing out something negatively versus highlighting the positive things. And so he finally asked her, like, why is she being so negative? You know, I was like, okay. I'm glad that he called her out on there. Like, he didn't feel like he had to hold his tongue on there and just allow her to keep painting this negative picture of what he felt like was such a beautiful time, he said. So anyways, they end up rereading their vows, and she says that this is probably the healthiest relationship she's ever had, and that she feels like he's 100% living up to his vows. So next we see Morgan, and she's at this kickboxing place. Y'all, Lifetime, y'all so extra. Y'all real petty too. Y'all, why Lifetime start playing like this dark, scary theme music in the background, like you was about to come up on this stalker or killer or something? I'm like, Lifetime, y'all so petty, man. Y'all play all day. Oh, and all I can say, I don't remember much about this. I ain't gonna lie, because, you know, Morgan on some old BS. So, of course, she talking about being and blah, blah, blah. But the one thing I do remember is that friend had something coming her mouth this time. She said, you won't catch me slipping and kick my tooth out. That's the only thing I remember about this show. That's the only thing. Oh, my gosh. We did get a little intermission from Nate at the expense of Luna. So he on his little phone or their personal cam. And he videoed Luna hunching her little bed and then scooching her little booty across the floor. I said, baby, she's scooching that booty. That means she needs to get expressed. You better check that when you get home, Kristen with a wire. Check that out. Luna need a little attention in that area. Anyway, y'all. Over with Missy Lex and Justin. They're scrapbooking for their 1 month. And I said, it's not the most romantic, thing to do. Like it's probably not anything I would have planned to do to celebrate an anniversary, so to speak. Although it is an activity I would get enjoyment from because, baby, I love all things crafting. So, but Justin says he should not be trying to fix it. He realized that after talking to his brother, he shouldn't be trying to fix everything all at once, but maybe just focus in on one issue at a time. He goes on to say that he doesn't have enough time to make things right, but he's going to keep trying and hope for the best on decision day. Lex says the same amount of time that they spend making mistakes is the same amount of time that they can put in trying to rebuild their relationship. So in her confessional, she says that if they weren't married, she would have been gone. We already know that, Lex. We already know. She said it's just been too much hurt too soon. And I really think it's her dog Newton situation, their whole situation. Like, I really feel she just never got over that. Yeah, I really don't think she did. She was saying all the right things in that moment to him, just trying to be like super positive because he was just kind of like downtrodden. Like he just had this blah look on his face. But, she was trying to be super positive and affirm him that he should not give up, and just, saying that they have a chance. But baby, homeboy he was just not there for. Like I said, he was looking defeated, and then not only was he looking defeated, he was sounding defeated. And so I don't know. I don't know if he's just over it all, or if he just feels like he's over it. Like, yeah, or like he just feels like the whole relationship is done. And so because he feels that way, then he's just over it. So I don't know like which one it is, if that makes sense. So Stasha and Nate, they have like a picnic. He set up, it looks like maybe they're kind of in a vineyard or something like that, or either, he just got it decorated really nice, like in a park. I don't know. But anyway, so he says he wasn't sure that they would have made it this far because he feels Stasha is very dismissive due to her trust issues. He tells her that she was being an asshole. And I said, oh my goodness. She is about to go off. He finna set that girl off. Right? That's what I was thinking. But surprisingly, she did. She just listened to how he felt. She did say, so you calling your wife an asshole? And he was just like, yeah. And he proceeded to tell her why, and she just listened. So I thought that was big of her, just to be able to listen to how he's feeling or whatever. And so he tells her that she's starting to trust him more, and so he's trusting her more. And then she had to go bring up the little word again, y'all. Like, she is just obsessed with him being in love with her, and she's not backing off of that, right? So she's just like, so where are you with this love feeling? And he says, well, I've fallen in love with you. Like, it's already there, right? So she just starts gushing. She acted surprised, like, oh, you said what? And then, she can't stop smiling and cheesing. And he's like, yeah, I've fallen in love with you. And I'm looking at him like, Nate, now just a week ago, you said she was at a 4 out of 10. You ain't finna tell me you done fallen in love that freaking quick. Especially with the tension y'all had been having. I was just like, no. I'm getting the vibes that like he knows how much that means to her, so he's using it as a manipulative tool, like as a means to control the narrative. That's how it's coming across for me. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. Like he wouldn't say it when she wanted him to, but then turned around and said a week later, like, yeah, I got you right where I want you. Like, that's how I feel like it came across. And then I got down here, I wrote in my notes that I feel like it's like dangling a carrot in front of a rabbit. Like that type of thing. Like you playing with the rabbit, like you can't get it, you snatching it away, and then you finally gonna get it. You know, so the rabbit gonna keep coming to you. You know, just being manipulative of that whole situation. Like, I feel like that's what he's doing. Like I said, I could be wrong, but that's just what my gut's telling me. So, like I said, of course, she's gushing. And so then she asking, well, where is he now? Where is she at now on his scale? So he says maybe 7 or 8 out of 10. Boy, bye. Oh, yeah. Boy, bye. Please. Okay. Oh. So Ben, he wanted to meet Morgan at the same place they got married. So he set up this dinner, and then he rented their same honeymoon suite, right, for them to stay the night at and hopefully have some intimacy. Yo, oh my God. Why Morgan walked around that corner like she was the incredible Baby, that thing, shoulders was up. She was stomping through there. I was like, y'all, it reminded me of that scene from The Color Purple where Miss Sophia came stomping through that field. You told Harpo to beat me. All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my daddy. Yeah, I promise you, this what it reminded me of. Yeah, she just can't. Her energy is too masculine. It's too masculine. It's too masculine. Oh yeah. Oh child. So Ben, he got these long stem bouquet of roses to give to her. So he tries to hand it to her. Tries to, right? And she takes them, y'all. Let me see. She takes them like this and then just drops. I don't want to drop it. That's our affirmation, y'all. I don't want to drop all that. But that's how she just lets it drop to the floor. She don't even look at them. Don't look down. Don't look at him when he gives it to her, nothing. And she just immediately started going off on him. How rude. She goes on this rant about how she wrote her vows, but they're not for him because he doesn't deserve them. And insert, y'all, what the hell is this white stuff on Ben's mouth? Y'all, it looked like them sign deodorant boogers that was stuck up under Justice hair. Armpit hair. Oh my goodness. Sorry, y'all. Oh my God. Let me get back on track because I'm not trying to be here all night with y'all. But I was like, oh child, oh child. Poor Ben. In this moment, he's just looking so confused. He looking sad. He looking scared. You know what? He looking beyond scared. That baby looking petrified. Like, oh, I feel so bad for him. Y'all, he kept trying to ask questions about what she meant, and she wouldn't let him get a word in. She kept saying he told Justin everything. And he's like, I only told him about the BSN and that I thought you weren't a nurse, but I cleared that up. So then she starts saying, no, now you're lying because it's been more than that. You've been saying more than that. And she never really says what all was said. She just keeps saying, you told him everything. Well, what the hell is everything? You know what I'm saying? So we do finally get something that she claims was said. We don't know if it's true or not. But she says that being told Justin that Morgan is jealous or mad because his family is perfect and hers isn't. And Ben's like, I didn't say that. And like I said, I don't know if he said it or not, but girl, just because Messy Lex said something does not make it true. It doesn't make it gospel. Like, girl, oh, get out of here. And I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. At this moment, I'm kind of going in and out of that conversation because all I can keep focusing on is his wife's son. Now he got it on both sides of his mouth. I just want to hand him a napkin and be like, baby, wipe that up. Just go. Like, why they could just do that for him? Why they could just say, let's just hold it tight. Ben, you got a little something. They could have helped him out. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, Morgan going on and on and on about how he's not listening. He's not comprehending what she's saying. And I'm just like, well, baby, you ain't listening either, Morgan. Shoot. So she says she's lost respect and leaves him to have dinner by himself. So she's walking away and the producer stops her, goes after her. And we hear her telling the producer, well, he's not going to talk. So apparently the producers are trying to get them to talk. And I'm just like, honey, he tried to talk to you. He was trying and you wouldn't let him. So, they told him to go talk to her. So he goes after her. And she says that she won't talk to him unless he owns up to everything. So he's like, okay, I will. I own up to everything. Y'all. Being so scared, I think he was just saying something. Like, I don't even think he knows what he's admitted to owning up to. Like, I feel like he was just saying it so he could get this girl to come talk to him. So in his confessional, he said he just feels like he's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I feel like you are too, Ben. So she agrees to come sit down for a dinner, and he admits that he does talk to Justin because he trusts him. Like I said, he just needs somebody to process his feelings with him, right? So anyway, so he's continually apologizing like he always does. Like, look, if you apologize once or twice and you mean, like, let that be there, But I feel like Morgan, I think I said this last time, she just likes somebody to run after her. And so she likes this. She likes him continuously apologize, and she wants somebody to kiss her ass. That's what it comes across as. She wants that. She wants somebody to run after her. So she calls herself laying down the law and telling him that he is going to stay in this process and he's going to show up for her every single day because she wants him to see how much he's hurt her. Morgan, you so crazy. Yeah. So they end up leaving, going their separate ways. Who knows? She probably went on back to her own house. Ben goes to the honeymoon suite that he had set up for them. And so there was their wedding box was also there already in the suite. So he kind of just starts going through it. And he actually gets tearful looking at the pictures of their wedding. I was just like, oh, Ben. I did. I felt for being in that moment. And he says he felt like he just got punched in his face. And Ben, I could see that, He got all emotional and tearful. And the producer asked him if he was gonna stay there the night, and he was just like, no, he's going to leave. Poor Ben, he just looks he looks sad too. He looked defeated like his brother Tree did, Except I ain't really feel bad for Justin, but I am feeling bad for Ben in this moment. So anyway, it's day 32. And Stasha has made an appointment for her and Nate to go get matching tattoos. Stasha, slow your roll, girl. Slow the hell down. She said it is a now commitment. Emphasis on the now and not future actionable things that he's doing. But it's a now commitment to show that he's in this and that it's a forever thing. I think Stasha can be a bit impulsive. I really do. So they end up getting their wedding date, like right here on the sides of their palm in Roman numerals. So fast forward, we're gonna keep it moving. So all the couples, they're getting together to celebrate their 1 month anniversary. So they got like a big dinner planned, and the thing is to take this party bus over. So all the couples start loading up on the party bus one by one, right? And everybody's there except for Ben and Morgan. So, of course, all the other couples are like, where's Ben? Where's Morgan? And Justin and Alexa sitting up in that corner, lying they bust out something. I don't know. And y'all very well know what's going on with Ben and Morgan while y'all acting like y'all don't. Sitting up there pretending. And then Justin finally says, well, that Ben had to take a mental health day. And I got down here. I said, I just want to insert. I am not feeling Messy Lex outfit, especially for this dinner. Like everybody was dressed up and classy. Like even each bae, put on some dress, shoes, some slacks, and a blazer. Like I felt it was kind of clubbish, and even then, it was giving like, have y'all seen the Blue Man show? You know what I'm talking about? It was giving that because she had hot pink tight bodysuit. She had on a hot pink glove. All she was missing was the little mask to go over her face. But that's what it was giving to me, and I just wasn't feeling it, especially for this occasion. So anyway, that was just an insert. So at the table, the couples, they're all catching up. Linda and Miguel, they say they're in a happy place where they are. Stasha says that she's had a lot of growing pains and that she's realizing she has work to do on herself. Nate tells them that he is falling in love with her and that he's happy. Now, Nate, which is it? Are you falling or have you fallen? Because 2 days ago, you said you had fallen in love, which means it's a thing that has already happened. Versus now you're saying you're falling, which means it's in the process of happening. Which is it? See, I told y'all Nate wasn't serious. I knew he was not serious when he said that. I knew it. Ooh, child. And Stasha just smiling. She ain't caught nothing. She just hear the love word just. Oh, child. Oh, my goodness. Mitch says marriage has been demanding and difficult. He says he didn't even think he had the capacity to be a husband. Now, Mitch, if you felt that way, why are you here? Why did you go on this show? Kristen was thinking my exact thoughts, so she came back and says she struggles when she hears him say things like that because, again, why are you here? Why'd you come on the show? Why'd you decide to get married at first sight? And she says she gets tired of people boosting him up and complimenting him whenever he shows effort. And she's left feeling like, what about me? I've been showing effort. I've been showing up since day one. I've been compromising. I've been letting go of myself to put him first. What about me? And I was like, okay, Kristen. I wasn't expecting her to be so real and raw, but I'm glad that she is, and I think that her feelings are valid, because we have seen her bend a lot for him versus him bending at all for her. You know what I'm saying? So, she says she feels that she may snap soon and lose Mitch. Messy Lex interjects and says, well, it's better to lose Mitch than to lose yourself. And all I can say, Messy Lex, is amen to that, sister. Amen to that. Mitch responds, so when he responds, I'm sorry, y'all. Didn't mean to kick the camera. So when he responds, I felt like, he responded from his mature place because I think it was sound. He basically told her that she's free to be herself and that he will be there to support her no matter what. And what does Justin do? He turns around and does the very thing that Kristen just said she doesn't like. I'm proud of you, bro. Kristen just got through saying she's sick of hearing people talking about how proud they are of him for showing just a little bit of effort. And here goes Justin. Oh, men don't listen. Oh, my goodness. Now it's Lex and Justin's turn. So Lex takes off her gloves like she getting ready to go in. But she ends up saying that she doesn't want to share right now. The other people, the other wives, and I'm just going to say some of the men, because I think I saw Miguel just kind of tell her like, yeah, okay, if that's not what you're feeling, then you don't have to, right? In her confessional, she says she didn't want to share in that moment because she didn't want to have to say that Justin isn't growing, that they aren't growing as a couple, and then have Justin get all emotional behind it. You know how he do. Start crying over the place. Cry me a river. So, on the other hand, though, Justin is pushing her to talk. He says it bothers him that she doesn't want to have anything to say because it makes him feel like that they aren't on the same page. So the two of them, they start going back and forth the back. And the other couples are looking very uncomfortable. Like, they are looking highly uncomfortable. Like, it's always uncomfortable when you're with a couple and then they start kind of going into it in front of you. Yeah. So, she then says or calls him out about pouting. And he may have been in that moment, Lex, but you were wrong. You don't do that in front of a group of your peers. Like, you don't do that. You just don't do that. Like, I think at this point, everybody know that Justin is an over-emotional person. But you saying he pound, like, you're using terminology as if you're referring to a child, but then you say you hate or you feel like you're raising a child, but you're also treating him like one as well. Like, don't do that in front of your peeps. You don't do that. So she finally starts speaking, and she says that she feels like he's two different people, Jekyll and Hyde, and that it scares her because she doesn't know which justice she's going to get. And she goes on to say she has to self-regulate for the both of them. Y'all, I keep laughing because, like I said before, she has used this word umpteen times in this one episode. It's like she just learned this word. You know how y'all learn a new word and then you can't stop using it? I feel like that's what's happened. I feel like someone just hipped her to the word or the term self-regulating, and now she can't stop using this shit. Every moment she get, oh, I gotta self-regulate for him. I gotta self-regulate for the both of us. Self-regulate. Oh, Lord. She says, I know you're trying, but that doesn't make me hurt any less. So then her voice started getting shaky, y'all. Her eyes started getting red, like she about to cry. But not a tear does drop from that eye. Not nary a one. And she did all that. Like, if you were just listening and not looking at the TV, you would have thought she was crying her river at that point. But y'all looked at that TV, you would have saw her eyes dry as a desert. So dramatic. So dramatic. So she is saying something that caused them to go back and forth again. So they going back and forth at it again. And so she finally just says, I need a break. And she gets up from the table. And Stasha goes after her, right? And he gets up and walks outside alone. It's not funny that he walked out alone, but I'm laughing because what it really is, he got his little buddy being there to go with him. He got his bro romance partner to go out there with him. So anyway, Stasha and Missy Lex in the bathroom, and that's when you kind of hear her talking about, am I crazy? Am I crazy? I feel like I'm dealing with a child, blah, blah, blah. And then Justin, he's outside talking to production and basically saying, you know, he's trying and it keeps backfiring and he just doesn't know what to do. Y'all, that was pretty much the end. That was it. I told y'all that Missy Lex, I told y'all that I probably 2-3 episodes in. Now I ain't gonna even say that because it took forever to get to the honeymoon. But it was one of them honeymoon episodes. I told y'all that they was gonna be the ones that had the biggest problem. They was all lovey-dovey and marriage is easy. I don't know if people think it's hard. And they walking around like they shit don't stink, and like they was kind of arrogant about things, talking about the other couples and acting like they just know how to give the perfect advice. And I told y'all they was gonna be the first ones, and sure enough, they just can't get right. They can't. They ain't been right since they been back from the honeymoon. But anyways, that was it. They're over their perfect fairy tale honeymoon, and that's that. So anyway, we get a sneak preview of what's to come. I still feel like it's some more good ready to come. I'm ready for it. Where them darn experts there, right? We only seen Pastor Cal like once. We ain't seen Dr. Pepper at all, or Dr. Peppers, like Elijah would say. We ain't seen her at all. We've only seen one of the guest experts once. Yeah, so I'm ready to see, and they already halfway in the experience now. So where y'all at, experts? Where y'all at? Show your face. But anyway, y'all, that was that. Again, sorry it's so late. And for those that like American Horror Stories, I'll get that up next. And until next time, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all pray for me. Continue to pray for my hometown, Memphis. And I will pray for you all. And please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Bye.